Hey guys, welcome back to another Star Wars In Depth YouTube video. We're psyched to be making another one.
And today we'll be covering Phase 1 and Phase 2 armor for the clones and the benefits from Phase 2 and the transition and why it was really necessary. So I hope you guys enjoy.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
So Phase 1 armor was the standardized beginning armor that the clone troopers started out with, which was first seen in the Battle of Geonosis. And this armor wasn't super special, but it did its job and it was good at the time. Some features with it was that under the armor, the clones wore a black full body glove, which concealed heat, which let them go into different terrains and environments.
The bodysuit also allowed for the clone troopers to survive in space for an extended period of time without added life support or other systems. And from there, on top of that bodysuit, the clone armor was comprised of 20 lightweight plates and a helmet on top of that. But from there wasn't much customization beyond like special commando groups and other groups like that, like aerial troopers and other stuff. It was mostly just white Phase 1 armor with markings to signify if you were sergeant, lieutenant, captain, or commander. And besides that, there wasn't much. The Kaminoans like kind of adopted a one-size-fits-all doctrine, and they didn't adjust much beyond that.
This lack of specialization led to problems down the road because you can't just have a white like clone trooper like waltzing around the snow or the sand.
Or in the jungle.
Yeah.
Which makes them an easier target or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't really find a way to minimize the ability to camouflage or adapt to different environments, so they were easier targets and they were more likely to get picked off.
So this is Phase 2. Now we'll be covering the differences, the benefits, and just kind of the new things that have changed and adapted in the making of the new Phase 2 clone troop armor.
So yeah, in Phase 2, they added more plates and they made them more lightweight, and they made it so that you could move around easier and that like you'd be more mobile in certain situations. And along with that, they also fixed the problem of not having enough specialization. So like for example, the Marines had like specialized armor so that they would repel dust and snow, and that meant they were better equipped to work in those sort of environments. And then like for example, the 41st Legion, they had like green camo when they were out on missions, like when they were on Kashyyyk or something like that, and they just added more variation so that the clone troopers would be better fit for their own individual environment. Even though they did add major improvements to the clone trooper armor, there still were drawbacks. Like, to keep the armor lightweight, they had to remove some of the stuff that allowed you to stay in space without life support, so they lost that ability. But besides that, they kind of just made everything better, and they allowed for the clone troopers to work better in their special environments and however they needed it, and it was all kind of fit towards the situation that the clone troopers were in. The clone troopers also had improved vision thanks to their helmet, and they also had magnetized boots that allowed them to walk on like metal surfaces perpendicular. They also added a way for them to maintain pressure in space for longer, so while they might have needed extra oxygen, their suit would last longer in space.
And it was just these small things that really made a difference. It's like sometimes in battle, like it's these things that can like change the tide and that can make a difference in a fight.
Yeah, like when these changes were implemented, the Republic started to win a few more battles just because they had some more specialization and they had what they need to beat the Separatists.
Yeah, and the whole specialization thing is very important because like battles aren't won with just ground warfare. It's like there's like a lot of moving parts, and with the specialization, it could just make every single moving part of the war better.
Yeah, it made things easier for the Republic, and they didn't have to worry as much about whether or not a trooper would be ready or prepared for this certain situation.
So that was our video on the clones and their armor and benefits and whatnot. And also, if you enjoy what you see, we made an Ahsoka video that came out a couple of days ago. And yeah, it's more Star Wars in depth. So if you enjoy what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Comment any video ideas you want to see or something like that. You can also find us on Instagram at Star Wars in Depth, and we'll sometimes stream on Twitch at Star Wars in Depth too.